Hello, everybody. It's the real Mr. Squid here. Welcome back to another episode of Self-Taught Building. I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm having a good day. As you can see here, we're going to be messing around with some more redstone today. So today we're going to be making a new contraption. I'm going to explain it the exact same way I explained the item filter, very in depth. So hopefully by the end of it, you understand why the redstone works the way it does and all that jazz. It's going to be a item dropper or something along that lines. I don't quite know the name for it, but it's basically just, drops items for you automatically. So yeah, let's build this thing. First thing we're gonna need is a comparator, a redstone repeater, some redstone of course, a nice fancy block to build it upon. I'm thinking orange concrete. We're gonna need a junk block, and maybe some other things just so I can get my point across, show an example of. Oh, obviously we're going to need a dropper. I think that's it. Okay, so before we get into it, the first thing that you should know is something that not everyone knows. It's about comparators, and it's the fact that they can be locked. Okay, so let's put this dropper down and make this comparator read it. So currently it's not outputting a signal because there is no items inside of here, so there's nothing to read. We put one item in, there we go. It's reading the one item, it's outputting a signal, it's powering this. Now, you can lock these comparators by inputting any signal into the side of them. So, we're going to input a signal into the side of this. And what that will do is it will lock it, and that's basically a way of just turning off the comparator. There's still an item in here. It still should be reading, but it can't because it's locked. As soon as we unlock it, the signal passes through. So that is just something you guys should keep in mind when we're building this little thing today. I'll keep this down here so we can look at it in case we need a example or something like that. Okay, so let's build it right up here, I'm thinking. That's a good height. Let's start with our dropper. We're going to read the signal out of it. We're going to take let's get some items in there. Take said signal and put it into this block, which will power this block. This block is powered. You can tell by the redstone on top here that's lit up, or you can tell by the redstone behind it that's also lit up. So we're going to take this piece of redstone, and we're going to make that power this block, okay? Which then means if we take a repeater and put it right here, it should get the signal from this powered block. So if you followed us so far, it's comparative signal into block, which powered block powers redstone, powered redstone powers block, and powered block powers the repeater. Very, very linear, one thing to the next. Now, we need to take that signal and put it into the side of the comparator. You see what I'm talking about? The side. Just like how we're messing with down here. We're doing the same thing like that. And because there's still an item in here, it's going to keep wanting to turn on, and this basically creates a clock for us. Now this clock is super useful. It's going to be our bread and butter for the automation of the dropper. Okay? So, if we take a block and put it up here, and then we extend this redstone signal that's also powering this and locking it and unlocking it, okay? So that's what's happening. This is a locking and unlocking comparator. We bring that signal up that goes around and up. It will power this block, which will then power this dropper. So if we put in items here, there we go. So that is how it works. Now, what is this useful for, you might ask? Well, this is useful for a bunch of things. You can use this for shooting items into a item filter system, such as this. You know, like let's say you had a water stream along a bunch of hoppers or something, and then you had like a mob farm with items dropping into here. They drop into here, they drop into a water stream, and that water stream brings them along these hoppers. Something like that. That is just one example. But the way that I would use this, or one of the ways I actually have used this in the past, is I've used this as a trash can, because it is the perfect way to have a trash can. Let's say you have some items you don't want, okay? You could have this fully underground or something if you wanted to, right? Okay, and you could, like, let's say this whole mechanism's underground. You could have a chest in your house. Okay, it brings the items down that you throw items you don't want in here, and then they get thrown into a cactus or some lava or something that you want. I'm having trouble setting up this cactus, but you guys see what I'm doing here. There we go. And now all those items are destroyed. Obviously, you could probably just do lava. Lava would probably be better. You know, who doesn't like a nice ambient lava sound effect in their base? Especially when your base is made out of wood. Sounds like fun. Actually sounds terrifying. So yeah, you could probably just have something like this underneath if you wanted to turn this into a trash can. And let's see if that still works. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But you know, you don't have to make it a trash can, but that is definitely what I would do with it. If I was making this, I think. So yeah, that is not only how it works, but that's one thing you can do with it. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I know it's a bit of a shorter one, but I hope you guys appreciated it. I hope you learned something. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.